next section in your book talks about drawing doors and windows. So if you remember, doors and windows are a hosted element, which means they have to go into walls or something else before you can create them. So I cleaned this up a little bit just so we've got some more room so it makes sense to add those in. Your book talks about temporary dimensions. So I mentioned them on how we use them for the walls, how to adjust it. So the default for Revit is to put these temporary dimensions to the center line of the walls, center line of the doors, etc. You can change that setting, and it can be helpful, especially when you're doing doors and windows with that. So to do that, you're going to go to the Manage tab, and then you want to go to Additional Settings. And you want to, okay, so it's under Annotations, Temporary Dimensions. This is probably one of those small changes between the book. And so for the walls, you can, for doors and openings, you can go to the openings of it, to the centers. And then you can also change walls to faces if you like. So whichever works, and hit OK. So that will make it easier to place your doors. So when you click on doors, it will again change to the modify place door. You may or may not have a door in here. Sometimes it may just come up with a single flush door. There are additional door options. If you go to load family, and this is where you're going to find lots of different component options as you go through it for doors, windows, furniture, that sort of thing. You will need to make sure that you've added the components, downloaded that, and added it. So this English Imperial Library has everything that you see here. So there's a folder for doors. They have some basics right here. And as you click on each one, it's going to show you an image, which is helpful as it goes through. You can also go into residential, and it'll give you further information on this. So again, just a lot of different options from this. So let's do, we're going to look for an interior. And I'm actually going to go back up to commercial just because it's a large space. So again, with this passage is kind of more for interior. Let's do a single 2 light, hit open. It's going to give you options on the sizes of it. So both the width and the height of it. 84 inches is a typical height for commercial properties. And then 36 inches is usually what you will go with for width for ADA purposes. So we're going to choose a 36 by 80 and hit OK. It's automatically going to load over here. If you click on this, it's going to remind you which one you chose as you go through. Okay. Now you see, as I get close to a wall, it's going to work to place that. And if whether I'm on this side or that side, it'll change the swing of it. I can also hit the space bar and it will flip it as it goes through. Okay. So I want to place it so where it swings open. And again, this is where you can see where your temporary dimensions are. So we'll place a door there. We'll come up and we'll place one here. And let's see, we'll do one more here so we can adjust it. All right. So now if I click on this, you can see my temporary dimensions right here, and it's showing how far, and I hit the witness line instead. It's going to move it around. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. So it's at 6 inches, which is a pretty good distance for that. So that one should be fine. But let's take a look at this one. So this one, if I can get in, is at 0 inches. It's right there on it. So let's change it to 4 inches. And it's 4 feet. I forgot. So let's cancel that and try it again. Now it keeps wanting to measure. So you do want to kind of zoom in, and I'll put 4 inches And then now it's moved it where I want to go. Okay, same thing for this one. This one's at 6 inches. Let's say we want to change it to 4 inches. So everything is, those two are 4 inches off. Okay, so that lets you kind of place that as it goes through. Now, if you've placed it and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I really want this to swing a different way, these arrows right here will flip it for you. So, and it shows you the direction. If I click on this, it's going to flip it this way. If I click on this one, it's going to flip the swing that way as I go through. Okay, so you can adjust that afterwards. Windows are similar. So again, you can go to Load Family, go up to your windows, and just, you know, there's lots of different ones. You don't want a skylight unless you're doing the ceiling. But let's say I want a casement double window. Okay, we're going to hit open. Again, it's going to ask me the width and the height of it. So we'll choose, you know, what we think will work for this. This one is asking me because I apparently have one already in my system as it goes through. Okay. So this is going to vary based on which way you are facing with it. Again, once you have placed it, you can use this to change it as you go through with this. And this line is showing you where the glass is as it goes through. Okay. Another easy way to check this is if you come up to this little 3D house, come down to camera, and you can click and pull it through. And that's going to give you a specific 3-dimensional view, which is very helpful when you're placing cabinets and furniture and windows, so you can see which way it's facing. So this one is correct. We want the glass part of it for this type of window towards the outside. So I know that I've placed it correctly. If I had placed it incorrectly, again, we have those arrows to flip it as you need to. And you have your dimensions here. So I can change it if I want these to be, I keep forgetting, 3 inches. I'm used to, or I've been working in others where it's not feet. Okay. You can go through and you can adjust that with everything. And that will cover the basics of inserting doors and windows. Your book will get into more information, kind of walk you through step by step, so you can use that for reference as well.